Alright, so I thought I'd go over my whole settings and sensitivity and keybinds. I've never done it for YouTube, and I'll go ahead and show that off. Currently, I'm at 80% brightness. I'm on Pro to Nope, colorblind, at 5 strength. Motion blur off, show FPS on. I got the contrast to 1.2. This is kind of just preference, but this is supposedly supposed to like help with the sand right now and not blind your eyes. I have toggle sprint off, sprint by default on, sprint cancels reloading off, auto open doors on, just because when you make a quick edit and you accidentally make a door instead of, the 3 bottom right pieces, that's you keep walking to the door. I prefer that. I have hold to swap pickup off, and the reason why is because when you pick things up, there's like a delay because the game is trying to figure out if you're going to hold or if you're going to tap. There's just a slight delay. So if you and an opponent try and pick it up at the same exact time and they have this setting off and you have it on, they're going to get the gun because your game has a slight delay because it's just waiting to see if you're going to hold square or tap it. So yeah, you want to have that off. It is kind of inconvenience because it's a cool setting. Toggle targeting obviously off. Mark danger when targeting. I have this off. What this does is when you ADS and you ping, it's gonna mark as danger. I probably should have this on. I think the reason why I don't have it on is just because I like, in case I want to just ping where I want to go and I want to aim. I don't want to danger it. I just want to actually ping it. I can always just double tap the danger ping it. That don't take that much effort. Auto pick up weapons. This is preference, but I like it on. Yeah, it's just preference. It picks up guns if I run over them. I don't have to look down and press square because I don't play on a custom controller. I play on a regular controller. Therefore, taking my thumb off aim to pick up a gun, look down, press square, bring it back to my analog stick and pull back up. Yeah, like I'm gonna just run right over it and pick it up. It does get annoying sometimes in a box full of loot after I just killed someone and I need to pick up like minis and I got a full inventory of like 3 assault rifles now, something dumb. But that's just my preference. Auto sort consumables to right. I don't like this. I used to think it was cool back when all the streamers were using it. They're all on mouse and keyboard though. If you're on mouse and keyboard, this could be a pretty cool setting. If you like your consumables on the far right, all your shields, or your healing items in general, those will all be sorted to the right. But I'll explain why I don't like that in a minute. Reset building choice. This one, I have it on because when you switch to your build mode, it's going to bring out the wall instead of whatever the last piece was. So say you brought your builds out and placed a ramp and then you got to the top of that ramp and you switched back or whatever, and then the next time you brought your build out, it would be like previewing the ramp. So I don't want that. I want to have it reset to a wall because as soon as I don't want there to be any delay and there being a wall in front of me. Turbo building obviously on. Confirm edit on release. Now this depends on your binds. I don't like confirm edit on release, but some people have really good luck with it. I don't like it. Contextual tips, I don't need no tips. Just turn it off. And it's up to you if you want. If you're very new to the game, yeah, just keep it on. I don't care. Record replays. I skipped over a few of them there. Actually, it's important. Tap to search/interact. That is very important. Turn that on. These don't. That's up to you. I don't mess with them. Record replays. Turn them off. Unless you just really, it messes with performance. It even says up at the top right, recording replays can reduce performance and take up hard drive space. Turn it off. It makes the game, it's just harder to run on the game. Even though it should be really nice to look back on film and see what you did wrong and stuff like that. but I'd turn it off. If you're any bit competitive, turn it off. If you're very new to the game and you want to see what other people are doing and how they killed you or where they were hiding, keep it on. But if you're competitive, turn it off. Same thing with large team replays, for sure. Those get hectic. Team Rumble matches, FPS drops like crazy when there's a bunch of people around you, turn it off. Creative mode replays, that is up to you. But the same thing applies. And that can be even more hectic than both of these combined, because creative is a very hard-driven thing. HUD scale, I have it set to 90. I think there's some of these that I have net debug stats turned on. I think that is off by default. This way you can see your ping and when you're lagging, if you have packet loss, stuff like that. Reticule ammo indicator, that's a preference. I think they turned it on by default. And on Save the World, which I also play, I can't turn this off. So either way, it's going to be on my screen. So I'm used to it at this point. I know when I can switch my weapons and it'll be done reloading. I'm going to just keep it on. Let's see. I was gonna keep, what? I think I just got kicked for being inactive. You gotta be kidding me. Well, it kicked me out of creative for being inactive, I suppose. So enjoy the Christmas music now. Where were we? Mouse and keyboard. Obviously, I don't play on mouse and keyboard. I can't provide any tips there. Controller auto run. When on double clicking the left analog stick, will automatically run forward without needing to hold the stick. I don't know if this works on my binds. I will have to test this. I don't think it does though, because I play with auto sprint on. Is it auto sprint? No, it's sprint by default. Play with sprint by default. Build immediately. Builder Pro. Turn this on. If it's not on, turn it on. It should be on. Edit hold time. I don't ever recommend playing with an edit bind that requires you to hold. That is too slow. Vibration. Turn it off. It can mess with your aim. It uses up more controller battery. Just turn it off. Obviously, I play on advanced settings when it comes to sensitivity. But my build mode sensitivity multiplier is 2.4. Edit mode sensitivity multiplier 2.0. You guys can read. Obviously, you come over here and turn on advanced options. Mine is at 14. On ADS, look horizontal and vertical, and with a slight boost to vertical and horizontal, with no boost ramp time. Meaning when the stick is fully all the way, it's instantly got that boost versus it builds up a little bit. That's kind of the same thing with look dampening time, but it's a little bit different. Look dampening time, if you're playing on exponential, if you want like something between an exponential feel and a linear feel, turn on exponential and lower this down to 0. And you'll just get a more responsive stick feel, in my opinion. I love linear, but my aim with a shotgun is trash. My building and editing was very good, but my aim with a shotgun was not good. Surprisingly, I got used to it from my AR aim, but shotgun aim, very crucial, and I would just not be able to outflick PC players. So I need to consistently hit close range shots with exponential, and you know, I can hit long range shots better now with exponential in ways. Now I'm not gonna shoot people out of the air as good, because linear is just a better feel. It's just consistent overall. I would say if you want to try it, try it. But if you're playing on console, probably exponential is better. Aim assist strength, obviously at 100. Legacy settings, copy from legacy settings. If you haven't done that yet, it's been so long, I wouldn't even press those. Okay, this is where mine is a little bit unique, and I like this. Not many people like this. But some controllers actually won't even allow this. But you see how it's kind of that little dot right there. That is the yellow. That's the input that I'm making right now with the stick. And see, I'm not touching the stick anymore. I can't show you. I don't got a cam, but I'm not touching the stick anymore. That is stick drift. Once it breaks that barrier of that lighter blue, or the darker blue more so, then it starts making an input. The lower you can get these, the better. Trust me. I got a brand new controller, and it still has stick drift. See, I'm not touching the controller anymore, and that's 5%. That's as low as I can make that go. And I love the way this feels. This feels like the perfect combination of linear and exponential. It literally feels like super consistent. It's like I can hit circles super consistently. Enable foot controller, it used to do something back in the day. Now it don't do anything, even if you got to turn it on. So just turning that off, whatever. Obviously sound effects, 100%. Voice chat, 100%. These are all my preference. 3D headphones, I don't like them. Visualize sound effects, I just recently turned this back off. I used to like it. I still like it. I mean, it's very good, but I've heard that it actually messes with your frames, and it makes the game not as pretty to watch, and I can agree with that. So I turned it off, and I'm playing just about as well. There are certain moments where someone might be healing and I miss the audio cue, or someone might be reviving and I miss the audio cue because I'm so used to seeing the thing, you know, and it starts as soon as they start popping a mini or whatever, and you know, sounds don't start immediately as soon as they start popping a mini, but the audio cue sound effect, visualized sound effect thing would turn on immediately as soon as they started, so you can interrupt it a lot quicker. I think it's a really good feature, especially considering now that you can hear as well, but that's up to y'all. All these settings, blah blah blah, license audio, if you stream or whatever and you don't want to get DMCA'd, just mute all. But I play for fun, and YouTube has its own thing where it does the thing with the music already, so I don't really care. Alright, to my binds now. My binds. I play with custom keybinds, obviously, and I use right on the D-pad to edit, and then left on the D-pad to place marker. I don't know if that's default or not. I use L3 to switch mode, and then I use circle to repair. I'm trying to think of anything that's not out of the ordinary, or something that is out of the ordinary. My build controls, I really like traps, and when traps get put back in the game, I finally learned how to trap kill people. God bless Cypher PK. Shout out to him. I really love him. He's taught me a lot of trap techniques and stuff, so I can't wait till they add traps back in the game. It would be amazing. Since I've gotten better at editing, taking walls, getting in people's boxes, all that good stuff. I have it set to R3, trap picker / place / interact. That way my thumbs constantly stay on the analog sticks. And I have circle to repair again while I'm in build mode. I don't have rotate. I don't think I have rotate. You could set square to rotate, but I see no point in rotating pieces around. Nope, like I just don't see a point, and you might even accidentally do it. So I don't see a point in it. Edit controls, alright. Right on the D-pad was my edit. Now L3 is my confirm. R2 is my select the pieces, which is, you know, default. I've tried many things. This is what my muscle memory has set me to, and I don't even know what ability controls. This is new. My muscle memory does not like me changing this, and I am bound and determined. Like I said, I don't play on a custom controller. Right on the D-pad is good enough for me. It is not the most optimal thing. If I had paddles on the back, that would be the most optimal thing, and I would have different binds, probably. But if you play on a regular controller like me, and you don't have paddles on the back, then play this. This is my opinion. Or you could use L3 as edit, or you could use the big button in the middle for edit. and make right on the D-pad like map or something. But that's my binds on that. Let me take a look at what ability controls is. Attack / confirm. I think this is when you're holding like an ability. I do not know what this is. This is new. Again, there's the dead zone. It says, warning, very low dead zones can cause drift. Use at your own risk. The cool thing about having the lowest possible dead zone is your analog stick will start making inputs. If I can get it to work, it's not working. Anyway, whenever your analog stick makes any adjustments and it starts drifting, if an enemy appears in your crosshairs, it's going to start tracking it. But if you have no drift, like you're not touching the analog stick at all, and an enemy walks in front of your aim, in front of your reticles, aim assist does not help you there. Now if you're drifting a little bit, then it will. It'll actually pick up without you doing a thing on your controller, which won't help like all the time because you're not constantly going to be drifting, but you might if your controller is old, dirty, like underneath the stick. So drift is not always a bad thing. I have crossplay on, not that I want to, but in order to find a match, you have to. Apparently you can log out now. Did not know that. I don't think there's anything else on here. If you don't show your career leaderboard, you're sus, and you probably are a baby because you don't want people seeing your stats because you're bad. Same thing with anonymous mode. If you're not streaming and you play with this on, you're a coward. I'm calling you out. You're a coward. Hidden matchmaking. These are all streamer stuff though. That's all for streamers essentially, except for cross-platform play. I think that's all my settings that I need to go through. Okay, so two things. I like right on the D-pad. I can edit while I'm moving to the right or to the left. Actually, I can kind of do it. I can kind of keep on the move. Right on the D-pad. I don't have a, and that's why I have auto open doors right there. The little oofs that I make, just like that. I you know, not no editing pro, but go over here and show you why I have my loadout set like this. Most people have their loadout set. I know I don't have any heals in here, but pretend the pistol and the sniper is heals. Most people have their loadout like this. They have AR, shotgun, SMG, heals, or a sniper and a heal, you know, whatever. My loadout is the exact same thing, but it's rotated around. Everything is shifted over one. That is because when I edit, or I take someone's wall, say someone's in here, and I go to take their wall, after I, you know, the button presses. If I have it AR set to the first thing, and I go bop, bop, and I switch, I'm gonna have to switch R1, L1 to go over here to make the edit and, you know, shoot them. That is not the play. It is so much simpler to have it as the first slot. So you take the wall, make the edit, pop, and it's just first slot. You don't have to be like, back in the day I would run AR first, and I used to be like, ooh, pop, 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 oh, there you go, yeah. And by then, you know, just no. Shotgun first. Shotgun definitely first. That is why I have auto sort consumables to the right off. That's why. For this simple reason right here. For wall taking. So, that's it.